Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to another Friday Night Live, man. And I appreciate you guys for waiting around for me, man. I know I'm starting a little bit later than I normally do, but I had a doctor's appointment that I totally forgot about. So I'm running a little bit behind today, man. So I appreciate you guys for being patient and everything like that. We're going to talk about, everything in sneakers. We got some news that's been coming out. We're going to talk about the Air Jordan 11 Gammas that were announced today for next year, which I kind of find interesting. We're going to talk about Travis Scott's because those are going to be tougher to get. Today we did have a drop for the Air Force One Kobe's in the white pair. The black pair is the way more limited one, and I do have a little bit of information about how that's going to drop, and I'll tell you guys about that here in a little bit. We're on that road to 18K, guys. We definitely could get there by the end of the month. So if we do, I'm gonna go ahead and do another giveaway for you guys, another sneaker, $500, winner's choice, just like we did the other times, man, when we do it on a live stream. And I did notice in my analytics, man, I looked at my analytics, and 60% of people that watch my channel are not subscribed. So if we get a percentage of that, we could definitely get hit 18K by the end of the month. I got a lot of content going to be dropping. I've been dropping a ton of videos. Definitely go check out the 4 or 5 videos that I dropped this week. And then I got some more coming for you guys next week. And we're going to keep this thing rolling, keep it rolling. How was everybody's Thanksgiving? I hope everybody had a great time and everything. I didn't go live last Friday because of the holiday. But I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving and you guys are, preparing for Christmas and stuff like that. So, but yeah, man, the sneaker stuff's getting wild, man. 2025 gets crazier every day, every day, every day. I didn't think they could do more, but they're doing more. So, KB Kicks in the house, man. What up, bro? He said, "What's good?" Smash that like button on the way in and sub up if not already. And also join the Discord. It's fire. Yep, it's a free sneaker Discord. I pinned his comment to the top of the chat. So anybody who's new coming in, you guys want to join the Discord? It's totally free. It doesn't cost anything. So definitely go check out the Discord. Little Titans in the house, man. What up, fam? Salute. Good to see you, man. Good to have you back. Man, I'm good, bro. I'm good, man. I just been working, putting out content, and went to the doctors. So, Jason, what's good, bro? Thank you for being here tonight, man. I appreciate you. Brian, what up, bro? What up? What up? What up? Jason said he hit the Kobe. All right, man. That's what's up. That's what's up. Congratulations, Yayo Sosa in the building. Ayo, my man. What's up, bro? Hey, bro. Yayo, man. Hey, listen. I might have another pair of those Jumpman Jackson our size, man. If you're interested, I might be able to get. I might be able to get another pair, a little bit cheaper than what people are charging. Um, but if you're interested, like DM me tomorrow or something, or later tonight. KB Kick says, "Sorry, been missing a lot. Working 10 to 10 lately. Hey, man, get that money, bro. I appreciate you for being here, man. Appreciate you as always, KB. Member for 16 months, man. 16 months, man. Where's the time go? But yeah, man, do you, man? I know you moved and out of state and everything like that. We miss you up here in Pittsburgh, but I'm glad you're doing well down in Florida, man. So salute to you and your family. Wish you nothing but the best. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, all that. Where you guys want to start? You guys want to start with the Jordan 11's? Oh, all right. So we'll start with the Jordan 11's, man. We'll get into this. Rob P said, "Good evening, friends. Got the white mamba and awaiting if lucky enough for the black mambas." Yeah, I got a little bit of info about the black mambas that are coming, the Air Force Ones. But today I seen they canceled that whatever black and gray Jordan 11 that we were supposed to get in 2025, and they went ahead and did the Gamma. So they kind of backtracked on that, which makes a lot of sense because the mock-up that like Z Sneakerhead made of that pair was sort of looking like this pair anyways. So like I don't know. you know, I kind of figured that we would get the Gammas at some point, but it makes sense, right? When you think about it, if you look at the whole release calendar for 2025, there's so much to list. It's just insane. So, they got to have a lit Jordan 11 for 2025, right? So, this one right here, I think it's going to do better than, like, as far as anticipation and excitement. I think this is going to do better than like the Legend Blue is this year. Um, which, the Legend Blue is a dope shoe. But the Gamma, that's one of those sneakers that, I don't know, it's like a cult classic, man. Like, sneakerheads really, really like that shoe. And I think these last time these came out was what was it, 2012 or 2013 or like around that time frame. So we haven't seen them in 10 plus years. Um, I don't know. What do you guys think of this? Are we even going to be able to have money by the time the Jordan 11 Gammas come out, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, or is there even going to be money left to pick this sneaker up? Fat Boy Kicks, salute, my guy. Salute. RX Fly Fishing said, at least I already know I'll be saving money next Christmas. Ooh. Wilson Morales. Hey, salute, bro. Salute. So not really feeling the Gammas, huh? Mm. I had the Gammas back in the day. I'll be honest with you, it wasn't like one of the Jordan 11s that I always felt like was like one of the. It's one of the better ones. You know what I mean? But like, I was never like that crazy about it like everybody else seemed to be. I like it. Don't get me wrong. I'm definitely gonna buy these, but I, ever since I saw those images, and I don't know if you guys remember, it was like I think it was last year they put out the. I think it was Z Sneakerhead that posted it, where he posted photos of like the Gamma alternates that I don't know. It might have been like the original design, or it might have just been an alternate version of it that they had, and they made it, but like they never like sold it or anything like that. And those are so fire, better than these in my opinion. So I was always sort of hoping maybe instead of giving us the Gamma again, they would sort of give us those, like sort of like the way they did with the DMP 11s. Instead of giving us the DMP, they gave us like another kind of newer slash version of it, which, so I was sort of hoping for that. But this is cool. I wouldn't say it's like groundbreaking, earth shattering news or anything that they're dropping the Gamma, but it's still pretty dope, man. If you never had the Gammas, or obviously even if you did have them, it's been so long that you obviously probably need a fresh pair anyway. So, you know, if you're into that kind of thing, man, they're going to be dropping next holiday season. There's actually another Jordan 11. I think it's going to be the women's exclusive, and that's going to be the Rare Air. I think he has it on here too. Yeah, these. They're also going to be dropping these. Um, the way that it's worded is that we're going to be getting two Jordan 11s, but we get two now. Like, we get the women's one. Like, this year was that the Velvet Breads, and then that was the women's one, and then the men's one is the Legend Blues. So we're going to be getting these and the Gammas. I don't know, which one do you like more? Like the Rare Air or the Gammas? Let me know. The colorway on this is Deep Royal Blue, Fire Red, Sail Black, and Muslin. Shout out to Z Sneakerhead and Sneaker Files for all this information, by the way. Yeah. I think, like, when it comes to the Jordan 11, though, like, I think they need to come out with some. I would like to see some kind of newer models, some newer kind of colorways. I know not everybody's like the biggest fan of that, but like, how many times can they drop the Breads and the Concords, and you know what I mean? There's only so many like kind of OG Jordan 11s, and then the rest of them are kind of like, you know, I don't know. They're like hit or miss. Like, either people love them or they don't. Wilson Morales, member for 4 months, man. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Fat Boy Kick said, I want the Gamma lows. Interesting. I like 11 lows a lot, so I actually kind of like them better than the regular ones. Did you cop the Kobe Air Force One today? I did not. I did not. I didn't even go for him. I like him and everything, and I'm a huge Kobe fan, and I thought about going for him, but I got so many other things that like I gotta buy now. So I'm gonna probably try to go for the black pair. I actually like the black pair a little bit better than the white pair. But those are going to be really limited. Like I said, we're going to talk about that here in a minute. Jason said it's a cop for him. Speed Racer said pass the first time, passing this time. Ooh. Salute Speed Racer, man. The only black 11 I care about is the breads. Gammas are better. I'm not feeling the rare air pack of shoes either. You know what? I'm not either. That the Jordan 4 that they're coming out with, it does nothing for me. It just looks like a Jordan 4 bread and then some other stuff smashed together, which is obviously what it is. But I don't know. Not really feeling it. Just seems unnecessary to me. I kind of like the low 11s. Yeah, they're great for summer, man. I like them too. California Bulldog Black Cat 3s. Black Cat 3s are coming next month, January. There's already pairs floating around. They've been floating around for a couple weeks now, and I think they look good. Ducati Kicks said I need all the 11s. Marcus Crown Kick Stevens. Yo, what's good, fam? What up, Marcus, man? 516 Kev said, what up, James and family? What up, Kev? Thanks for being here, bro. Your average sneaker guy. All right, let's see what he says. He said, LOL, y'all don't want newer models. Stop the cap. They drop a newer model 4 and y'all complain about it. Hey, salute to your average sneaker guy, man. Where you at, bro? Where you at, man? Happy to finally own the Columbia Legend 11s. Yeah, so, I mean, those dropping on the 14th. What's that, next week? So, that should be kind of interesting to see what happens with that, man. Like, I made a video earlier in the week because like I saw like a lot of those. Like in my size, I think they were $200 or actually cheaper than that. Like on Goat, they were under retail. Like the smaller sizes, and then like the bigger sizes are still like, somewhat 220, 230 or something like that. But there's a lot of those, man. There's a lot of those. I don't even know, like, I don't even know if the move would just be just get them, pay to retail, and be done with it, or let's see how low they go, because there's gonna be a ton of those, man. And like, I kind of feel like people just aren't necessarily feeling that Legend Blue this year. Like, it's scale. It's still gonna sell, and people are still gonna buy it and everything like that. Don't get me wrong, but there doesn't seem to be any like real excitement for it, you know. And I don't know if it's just because of the time of the year right now. There's multiple reasons. The biggest one that if I'm keeping it a buck with you, the biggest reason why I think it's below like retail is because it's below retail. And so, and I know that doesn't make any sense, but like people will look at something and they'll be like, oh, like it's below this amount of money, so it's not a good shoe, And then so like that's like the mindset, so that like they'll wait or they won't pick it up, or you know what I mean. But like the move for this might not to cop it on release day, man. It might be to just wait this one out, man, and see where it goes. Plus, the sneakers obviously probably gonna restock a bunch of times too, So I don't know, man. It's gonna be interesting. I want the shoe though. Like I plan on getting it. I would have copped on the shock drop, but that was the same day that the Jumpman Jack Mochas came out, and I was sick that day. I stayed home from work, and I woke up, did the Travis thing, and then I went to sleep. And then they shock dropped the Jordan 11s later, but I was asleep, so I missed it. But yeah, I plan on picking up those Legend Blues. I've never had those. I had the lows before, but I never had like the regular Jordan 11s, and so it's gonna be a cop for me. He said I got my shock drop pair hyped. Daughter's basketball game right now. All right, bro. That's cool. I said, yeah, the 11s may sit for a while. Marcus said, Gammas might be one of my favorite shoes of all time. Great memories of family and the holidays with this one. I need a double up. Yeah, it's definitely a nice shoe. The Soulfly Jordan 12 was my last sneaker of 2024. Keep those all white 11s. My first pair for 2025 will be the Jordan 5 reimagined black metallic. Um those black metallics are looking pretty nice. I saw Jada Sneaker Guy got early pair already. um yeah, man. Like I don't know. Like I'm really excited for next year. It's gonna be a lot of fun regardless of what happens with the stock of a lot of these releases, because like I'm not convinced that these are gonna be hefty releases. I feel like there's too many releases, and the releases that they're bringing us are like kind of way too hyped for them to make 300, 500,000 of like every release. Like it just seems like it just kind of feels like some of these releases, obviously you'll have the more bigger GRs, that they'll handpick or whatever. But I feel like some of these releases that like we kind of maybe feel like might be like a must for you. Some of them I think are going to be like more on the limited side. Plus, Jordan Brand and Nike said at the beginning of this year, well, towards the end of last year actually, that in 2025 they were going to scale back production, so there wasn't going to be like as many pairs per release. Because if you look at a lot of the releases that came out this year, I mean, they were hefty. Every release had a bunch of pairs. I mean, a bunch of pairs, and that obviously didn't bode too well, for them. A lot of them, they didn't sell like I guess they were planning on them selling. So we're gonna see reduced stock on some of these releases. I mean, that's for sure. I just don't know which ones that's gonna be. Obviously, like the collaborations and stuff like that will always be more limited, but there's too many releases. There's too many releases for them to make 500,000 of every single one of them. So, I kind of feel like some of those releases that like you might have circled on your calendar as being a must, those might be a little bit tougher to cop in 2025. After the gratitude patent bread wrinkles, that made me not trust any 11s with that on them. That's every 11. That's every Jordan 11, man. They all got that patent bread. But yeah, no, I mean, yeah, no, I hear you, bro. I hear you. Are people sick of Jordans? Black Cement 3 still sitting around a lot of places, which is crazy. I don't see. People will comment that to me. They'll be like, Jordans are dead or whatever. They're not dead, dude. They're not dead. It's it's a lot of everything. It's like the perfect storm, which is great for us, right? People that like really care about it and want to get certain things. That's good. Um, when these inflated prices for sneakers went away, so did the people that were sort of just in it to take from it. You know, there was a big group of people during COVID that entered into the sneaker community for the sole purpose of making money. And I'm not against making money, so like don't take me as, like I'm a capitalist, man. I work at a bank, like I get it, right? But there was people in it not necessarily for the love of it or to be a collector, you know what I mean? They just wanted to buy up as many pairs as they could of each thing and make money on it. I mean, I was seeing people make like $15 on a shoe, you know what I mean? But they just wanted to, get that hustle on, you know what I mean? They wanted to be a reseller. They want, because it's glorified in certain ways, and they're the plug, you know what I'm saying? But like when Nike and Jordan Brand also decided to start releasing more pairs of a lot of things, you know, it kind of really kind of drove the resale prices down. And then if you really look at the economy, the economy more so than anything else is probably one of the biggest reasons for what we appear to be a lack of interest in Jordan sneakers or sneakers in general or anything else. It's just the economy just has not been good. In like inflation, we've had like the highest inflation of American history over the past few years. I mean, everything costs more. I mean, even if you walk into a McDonald's and order a value meal, that joint's like $14, man. You know what I mean? And that used to be like $6. So things are just really expensive, and I believe that people don't necessarily have like like really realistically, right? Like the average person makes $50,000 a year. Who really has $250 to spend every single week on shoes? I mean, it's just basic mathematics. You know what I mean? The math don't math, you know? So, especially when you're paying more for groceries and you're paying more for like my gas bill is ridiculous. I've only had the heat on for a month. You know, if you live in a colder place, like these gas bills are crazy. It's Christmas time. But I think it's just a lot of everything. You know what I mean? I think it's a lot of everything. It's much like, I mean, even if you look at like the stock market, for example, you know, people will invest their money, their 401ks and money into the stock market and they'll put it in the S&P 500, which is the a very smart move, right? And if you look at history, the S&P 500 normally, you know, it's the top 500 companies in the world. And when you invest in the top 500 companies in the world, you're probably going to make money, but more so than you won't, right? But there's always like a correction in the market where, you know, things are here, and then boom, then they're down here. And the thing is that the people that stay in the S&P 500, you know, it corrects and then it goes back up here. So whatever you lost, you make back plus more. You know what I mean? And that's historically accurate. And it's, you know, it's almost the same thing with any other goods. I mean, there's years that are better than others and, you know, time frames, but everything always corrects itself. Everything always does. Everything is in its right place. Um I don't necessarily know that Jordan Brand dropping every single hype release that they possibly can next year is the most beneficial thing for the brand. If I'm keeping it a buck with you, I'm excited for it. And you know, I'm gonna go through it and like I'm really looking forward to see what happens with the releases, the stock numbers, you know, what we're gonna be able to give, what we're not, you know, things like that. And you know, it's all gonna be well and good and you know, a lot of fun. But I don't know, it almost kind of feels like in some ways, to your point, about Jordan's being dead that I think, you know, it almost kind of feels like a panic move by them because they've never been really one to quote unquote give us what we want when we want it. You know, they always sort of drag things out like the Taxi 12s, for example. Like they have refused to drop the Taxi 12, which they're dropping in 2025, by the way. They have given us every different type of version of a taxi beside the taxi that we wanted. And that's sort of like Jordan Brand, Nike's like MO. Like they don't budge. Like they'll give it to you whenever they want to give it to you, you know? And it's it's just interesting. Like, I don't know if it's because they fired or the CEO resigned or whatever. They got a new CEO and they got a little bit new, like a new team in place in certain areas that they figure they're going to go in their bag and they're going to get, you know, people interested in sneakers again and things. I don't know if that's what that is or if it really is to celebrate the 40th anniversary of Jordan. So we're going to have to wait and see on that, you know. But when you look past 2025, to your point, what are they going to do in 2026? You know what I mean? Like how do you go back to just how do you go back to just like regular releases now? Like after doing all that. I mean, obviously they will, but you know, I feel like they're just doing too much. You know, at first when they were dropping all this information and they were doing, oh man, we're getting this, like, oh wow, you know, like you're excited because like you don't expect them to drop shatter backboard ones or Ferrari 14s or you know whatever's coming out. And like I said, it's going to be interesting to see what happens, you know. But their stock price earlier this year was down like 27%. Um, but you know, is that to speak more to the brand, or is that really to speak more to people who just don't have the money to just buy shoes and clothes every week the way that they once did? You know, is that a reflection of the economy, or is that a reflection of the brand not doing what they're supposed to do? I mean, and I think that's a valid question. One that I don't know that I have the answer to. You know, it's probably a little bit of everything. But I don't think Jordan sneakers are dead. Jordan sneakers I don't think will ever be dead, but everything is down. Everything. You know, it's not just Jordan sneakers. It's a lot of things that used to cost a certain price aren't going for that much because people don't have the money to pay for it. You know, so something that used to be 2 grand is now 1,500. You know, and things like that. So you know, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting, man. Like we're going into a new year here. You know, we have a new president coming in. We have a new everything. You know, I did know because like I work in banking, and I know that interest rates are going to come down in 2025. They've already started coming down over the past couple of months. They're going to go down even further, which is good if you want to borrow money, bad if you want to invest in money. You know, invest your money. If you wanted to invest your money in the stock market and, you know, CDs and things of that nature, annuities, that would have been the time to do it over the past couple of years because the interest rates were high. When interest rates are high, that's the time to invest. Um, but you know, to borrow money, houses and cars and things like that, you know, it's going to get a little bit cheaper, which is going to stimulate the economy, which will put more money in people's pockets, which in turn, you know, you'll see certain corrections in the market, whether it's sneakers or, you know, whatever else, goods and services. Sorry about the long rant there, but like, yeah, I really don't think that Jordans or people are sick of them. It's just a lot of everything, man. Gonna be crazy next year. Stock numbers and prices will be going up. Average sneaker guy said, "No, people ain't sick of Jordans. Everything's just going back to normal people." Jeesh. I still love Jordans, but didn't expect the black cement to kind of flop like they have. But it, I see that. I see that, man. You know, that's one of the sneakers that I was talking about in one of my videos this week, where I was talking to man, like these are going for under retail, bruh. Like the Jordan 3 black cement, and it's a nice shoe. But once again, Nike, I mean, they made a ton of them, and there's QC issues with them, and the majority of people got good pairs. You know, majority of people, but then there's people that didn't, and so they made a lot of them. They wanted that was a sneaker that they wanted to they wanted it to be a focal point of the holiday season, which and I think that they've done that. They shock dropped them, they released them, and yeah, I mean, I think whenever I checked on my size, they were like going for like 180 in my size, which is crazy because they were 220 retail. But that's the day and age that we're at, man. Like your average said, like things are going back. I wouldn't even say going back to normal. I think things are abnormal a little bit, right? Because these shoes these shoes should not be going for below retail before they even drop. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing that I think that we should enjoy for the time that we have it and take advantage of it the best that we can. But it's not going to stay like that forever. You know what I mean? It's like I mean, if you think about that, equate that to like let's say like like a PlayStation 6 comes out and they want let's say they want $1,000 for it, and the release date's November 13th, and in November 10th it's $500 or $800. You know, like that's the kind of stuff that we're seeing right now. It's really like unprecedented. That something's going for below the market price almost every single release. But take advantage of it if you like a shoe. You know what I mean? Wait that thing out, man. Like I was saying, like I don't know that you necessarily like I know it's a Christmas shoe and you might need it for Christmas, so like that's but like if you're looking at like these Jordan 11 Legend Blues for yourself, you might not need to get them on release day, man. You know, if you wait, you probably be able to get them cheap. It seems like that anyways, man. It seems like that. And that's normally even the Jordan 11s, like they don't really resell for a lot unless it's like an older one that came out a while ago or something like that, and they've had time to go up like in price. But normally, like a Jordan 11 when it drops, you know, let's say they're 225, 230 or whatever. The smaller sizes are normally like around 250, 260 like after the release. And like the bigger size are like 300, maybe slightly over $300. These joints are at retail or below right now. And they've been like that for a little while now. And they drop what's the 14th? Is that what day is that? That's next Saturday. Next Saturday, the 14th, they're going to be dropping, and they're going to have a million of these things. You know? So, like, do you really necessarily need to spend 230 if they're not going for 230 out on the market? Like I said, if you need it for Christmas, you need it for under the tree, you got to do what you got to do. You know what I mean? But I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens with that, man. J Boy said it's not dead. Over 150 was in line for the Jordan 12 Soulflies on a Thursday at 10 in the morning. The culture vulture is weaving out, and now they got y'all brainwashed as if the sneakers is no good because they're available. I kind of agree with average in a way. Like it's like people will see the price, and then like if it don't have no resale value, you know, they're like that's not a good shoe. But like I said, but that's beneficial to us though. You know what I mean? Like I could go get a Jordan 3 black cement right now for cheap. You know, a couple years ago, if they would have dropped this shoe, man, like we'd be paying. Resellers is dying out. So there's different kinds of resellers. And I wouldn't necessarily say that resellers are dying out. I think it was like the casual person that watches a YouTube video on how to make a full-time income on selling sneakers that was doing that when we were kind of locked up in our houses. That kind of reseller is fading out. Now there's different kinds of resellers out there. You know what I mean? There's people that get them early. They get them from stores and get them early and sell them. There's people that actually like do a little bit of footwork and have been in the game, and like they got their plugs and they go see their plugs at the places that they get the shoes, and they get 5 or 10 pairs, and you know what I mean. There's that kind of reseller. Um, I don't consider people like you guys, right? Let's say like you buy shoes on a fairly consistent basis, man. You pick up this release, that release, this release, that release. All of a sudden, you got some stuff looking like this in the background. You got boxes of shoes everywhere, and then like you sell like 5 shoes, to clear out some space or whatever, or to buy another sneaker. I don't consider people like that resellers. Like they originally bought the shoe, they like the shoe, they plan on keeping the shoe. Time went by, maybe they got 2 pairs of them or something. You don't need, that those are collection moves. But I remember, I think it was, man, it was like 2019. It's like 2019, 2020. Like everybody was trying to be a botter. Everybody wanted to be a botter. You guys remember that? Everybody wanted to bot shoes and, bought PlayStation 5s and things like that. And botting is still a thing, but like it's nowhere near as bad as it was. I mean, it was so bad at one point to where like Foot Locker website just never worked. Like on release days, it just didn't work because there were so many bots locked into Foot Locker's website, and they had absolutely positively no bot protection whatsoever. So you couldn't even cop nothing on there. Even if you were just like a regular customer just going on there to buy a t-shirt, you couldn't even buy a shirt during, like, their website was literally useless. And I don't know if it still is like that or not because I don't go on there anymore, but like it was that bad, and they weren't the only ones. There was a lot of these websites. There was a lot of these websites that were totally useless because people were just exploiting it, you know. And people like myself, like, we gave up on those. Like, I gave up on Foot Locker and stuff like that a long time ago. I don't even put in for the Flex app no more. And I'm not saying that you guys, obviously, do your thing, man. Try to get your shoes from wherever you can get them from. But like, I was so frustrated with them as a company and a brand that, I just don't spend my money there. I'll buy it on Finish Line. If Finish Line got it, I'll buy it from there because at least they have somewhat of a process that worked, that makes sense, and you can cop shoes on there. You know what I'm saying? As to where like they just had a free for all on their site for years straight, and then people would bot out. I remember, the Jordan 14 Gym Red. I don't know if you guys remember that. Like, I tried everything to get that shoe, and it was just a Jordan 14, bro. The Jordan 14 that people don't even like. And I couldn't get it. I was on like 9 devices, like, trying to get in on these websites. And I could not get through to these websites. And then pretty much after that day, I kept trying for a little while after that, but like that day, like, I was just like, this is ridiculous, man. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't even like a Jordan 1 Chicago, or like, there was a Jordan 14 Gym Red, and then people were reselling it for 400, 500 bucks for a Jordan 14. If that sneaker dropped today, people would buy it because, it's a Jordan 14 and people that like 14s rock with 14s. But not everybody rocks with the Jordan. Not everybody rocks with 14s like that. You know what I mean? So a lot of those people that were doing the botting and trying to resell sneakers for a living and stuff like that, they're gone because there's no money to be made there. You know what I mean? Like, you're better off literally getting a job at McDonald's than trying to resell sneakers at this point. Unless you have a good consistent plug and you're getting things early and you're getting the most hype releases, you really can't make a living at it. You know what I mean? Like, not doing it like that. You have to have years of connections. You have to know people, like, in order to get things like that. And, it's not as simple as it used to be. You can't just go in there and, even Nike. People used to bot Nike, and I'm sure it still happens, but it's nowhere near as bad because Nike, they've increased their bot protection, over the years. They've invested in technology, and I don't know that they're the best at it or not, but I'll tell you what, they have some kind of process that is a lot better than it was in the past. Because if you have an account and you've had an account for a long period of time, you're probably hitting on sneakers when they come out. You know what I mean? They have fine-tuned that thing to a point. Dude, I hit on 4 Travises this year. 4. And like, when you go on there, it'll say removing bots and all that stuff. Like, I believe that they're doing that because there's no way 3-4 years ago I would have hit on 4 Travises in 1 year. None. That would have I wouldn't even have got one of them. So with certain bot, increases in technology and them investing in bot protection and things like that, that's helping us out, right? But people aren't there to steal everything and sell it back to us at the rate that they were. They were literally taking everything and then reselling it back to us at like ungodly amounts of money. And that stuff. So yeah, it's definitely not dead. You know what I mean? We just don't have as many people exploiting the game. Yeah, I'm not sure either because then what do they do for 2026? I mean, they'll put something together, but I mean, it's not going to be 2025 unless they push back some of these 2025 releases into 2026, which makes sense actually. See, we're never happy no matter what they do. The customer's always right, bro. Agree with you, brother, on economy projection. Yeah. Thanks, Rod. I wish Nike would do better quality with these prices. Yeah. They're not perfect. They're not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but like for what they're charging, they should be a little bit better. I mean, would you go to a furniture store and take home a couch and it's missing one of the pillows? It's like but they makes that the more they make, the worse the quality is. So it's like we've asked for more pairs, and this is average is kind of alluding to this. Like we're never happy. We ask for more pairs, they make more pairs. There's more mistakes. There's less pairs, we can't get them as much. Resale prices go up. It's like you know, there's but they I don't know how they let some of these sneakers out of the warehouse. You know, somebody got to be looking at them a couple of times. Somebody got to be looking at them when they come in, and then whenever you get your W on the sneakers app or whatever, somebody got to be looking at them on the way out. Unless they don't look at them on the way out, I'm not sure. You know, but yeah, for what they're charging for these things, I mean, that's why like I'm of the mindset like I'll send it back. And thankfully I haven't gotten last pair of shoes that I got that was messed up was the Gratitudes from last year. I don't know if you guys remember that. It had literally looked like a bowling ball crushed the front toe box and when I opened the box. But I sent those joints back. I got another pair on release day. You know what I'm saying? That was a shock drop pair. But like, yo, I'll send these things back, man. I will send these things back, bro. Like if they're not good. But honestly, I haven't really had too many sneakers that were like that messed up. Some people have like the worst luck with that. Like KB, man, like I think it was last year or the year before. Like every sneaker that he got from Nike had some kind of messed up quality control issue on it. Um, but yeah, I mean for what they're charging, yeah, I mean I get it. They're not charging like high end designer prices for the sneakers, but like still 230, 250, 200, like that's still a lot of money for rubber and material. You know what I mean? Like for 200, you should get something that's put together properly. Average, like you're always one step ahead of everything I say. Didn't we as a community used to ask for Nike to make more pairs so they'll be available to get? Now they're making more pairs and we're complaining that it's too many. Make this community. That's on the resale market, but they still at retail prices in the stores. Not all of them. Not all stores are charging the retail. You'll see those things on what I just saw. I saw something recently. Oh, it was the black cements. It was at the Nike outlet and they had the 220 sign, but then they had the little sticker on it. So it was like 20% off. That sneaker hasn't even been out a month yet. After you pay fees and taxes, shipping on the resale market, that should still come out right at the original price. I mean, if you have tax in your state, obviously that's going to factor in. But like 220 for black cements, for example, they're 180 on the resale market for me. 220. I don't have sales tax in my state, and then whatever. Let's say $14 for shipping. So I'll put you at 234. It's still cheaper. It's still cheaper for me to go to Goat or eBay or something like that, and maybe even make an offer and get them for 170. 175 or something like that. Because that's what a lot of people do. Like they'll have to ask, but you have to like put in an offer. You put in an offer and see if somebody accepts it, and then when somebody accepts it, the ask is one thing, but what it's really selling for, that's another thing. You know, not too many people just go on there, click buy. They put in the offers and stuff like that. Are resellers an enemy of shoe collectors? Like I said, there's different kinds of resellers, man. Like I know resellers that get everything early, and I can call them right now and be like, "Hey, let me get Jordan 3 Black Cats," and they'll send me Jordan 3 Black Cats. Like those don't even come out for another month. you know, and they're like legit like resellers, you know. Um, not the resellers that I think people were mainly, like I said, you know, it was like the people that were literally in the community that take from the community. Take everything from us, then sell it back to us at like a higher price. You know, so they could brag to their friends, you know, they have 100 pairs of Travis Scotts and, you know, whatever. You know, it was that. Speaking of Travis Scott, did y'all see this? Travis Scott's sneakers will be harder to get as Travis wants to get more involved. How much harder can it be to get, bro? Y'all didn't even drop sneakers on that website for like 3 straight years. So apparently Travis team wants to get more involved. They want more pairs. They want more pairs for the Travis website. Travis is, you know, the Travis team. Because what's going on now is they're getting pairs. Boutiques and Tier Zero stores are getting pairs, and then they drop on the Nike sneakers app. So they want more stock of every release, which is supposed to come out of the boutiques and the Tier Zero stores stock that they would normally get in order to allocate it back to Travis's team. No one hits on those boutiques anyways. Those are the backdoor pairs. And people used to buy that merch on the Travis website. I mean, people used to buy it heavy. I mean, I used to see people copping and spending big money on that website to buy them shirts, keychains, belts, socks, hats, shorts, all that stuff. And people are not buying it anymore. People aren't buying it. For one, what do you need the merch for if you don't have the shoe? Right? So I mean they're probably thinking, okay, so we're gonna get some more stock. We're gonna give out some more W's. They'll probably backdoor some of the stock that they're getting. It's like a win-win for them. But like I will only buy merch if I get the sneakers. If I don't get the sneakers, I'm not buying the merch for a sneaker that I don't have. I don't know how everybody else feels about that, but and every time a Travis comes out, I tell people, listen, you buying that merch isn't going to guarantee you a shoe. It doesn't help increase your chances. You know, I tell people that all the time because people used to think it did, and people would spend money. I mean, there was people that would spend $500 on merch because they always put the merch up first, and they let that sit there, and then they drop the sneakers, and then the merch stays on there. So I don't know. I don't necessarily know if this means that it will be harder for us to get the sneakers because that's sort of like the headline that people are going with right now is because the boutiques and tier zero stores won't have as much stock. It, none of us really hit on those at those places anyways. So I don't know how much harder it could get. You know what I mean? But it's still interesting. It's still kind of interesting to see what'll happen. Apparently though, it's supposed to start with this release that we're going to be seeing here in a couple of weeks for the Velvet Brown Air Jordan 1. But but I don't know if I believe that because these have been backdoored for like 2 months. I could have bought these. I could have bought as many pairs as I wanted at $600 a pop like 2 months ago. So these been out there. These been backdoored. You know what I'm saying? So like if we're keeping it a buck, is it really gonna matter if Travis's website gets more pairs on the website? I mean, in one way, obviously there'll probably be more people getting W's in some ways, right? Like because I mean, it is super rare to see somebody hit on the Travis website for anything other than like a toddler shoe. You know, I know people that have hit on there, but it's like few and far between. Crew hit once, average hit once, um, Familia Kicks hit once. Most recently, the Mochas that dropped a couple weeks ago. But it's rare. It's rare. So maybe they want more pairs so that people buy more of the merch. Or maybe they just want more pairs so that they could make moves with them, if you know what I'm saying. Your thoughts and opinions down below, man. What do you think? Can it actually get harder to cop Travis's than it already is? Hearing bad things about Columbia, I want it for the collection, but if they are cheap like the DMP 11, I will pass. Shout out to Pros Got the Draws. Pros got the draws. Medina said, I haven't hit on sneakers for Travis yet. Most people haven't. You will someday. You will. No one talks about how ridiculously good reps are nowadays. Most people now care more of the overall fit and use sneakers to complement the fit. No one wants to pay that high price. I mean, things have definitely changed, man. You're not wrong. 2025 looks to be a good year for Jordan Brand and Nike. It does. Meg, what's up, girl? Hey. How are you? Thanks for stopping through tonight. I agree. Someone must see the flaws on them. It's frustrating. Yeah, that QC guy. They got it. We've been saying it for years, you know, and we just had somebody talk about how good um, the reps are nowadays. You know, it's you know, it makes you wonder. I'm sure they don't look at them on the way out for shipping. I don't think they do either, but they should. Mm. My guy had flat toe left. I did. Sucks to hit on a shoe, wait for it to get delivered, and the quality isn't there. Yeah, that's the worst. Especially when it's like a Grail 2 or something that like is really hyped and hard to get. I think I'm gonna pass on every till the black metallic 5 drop. Probably reach back for shit. The thing is, the fakes can you truly trust anyone other than Nike or real Nike account stores? Yeah, I'm not a supporter of fakes. I I don't I don't buy them. I never will. But I don't care if somebody else does. Like I would never like talk down to somebody that buys them. Like if if I was out and about and I seen somebody and obviously I thought their shoe was fake, I wouldn't even say anything. Um it's just a shoe at the end of the day. And not everybody can afford things and I get that. But, if that's what people's lane that they want to go, hey, that's totally cool. My thing is though is like I work hard for my money, and if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it right. And whether it's sneakers or whatever, you know what I mean? Like there's no sense to me. I'm not gonna spend real money on fake shoes. That's me. But that's not to say that people do what they do, man. Like it's a different, they do look better than they did back in the day because, like, obviously, like back in the day, like fakes looked real bad, real bad. And a lot of times, to the on feet or to the naked eye or something, like you can't tell. You know what I mean? unless you have them side by side and you can kind of see the differences and stuff, like, you know, um, but it's just not my thing. You know what I mean? Like, I like to get the real stuff. I like to know that what I have is the legit thing, and um, that's just me, you know. But some people resell to keep up their collection. Yeah, some people do that, you know. Yeah, they'll, they cop enough so that they can flip it, make a couple bucks, and like get their pair for cheaper or free or something like that. Yeah, I mean, people have been doing that stuff for, you know, for years. You're right though. Then it, yeah. So then that Travis merch, yeah. Then the Travis merch takes 3 months for it to come. I remember, I think it was the Fragment Low release. I bought, I bought like 2 shirts, and like I forgot. If I remember, it dropped in August, whatever. I think it was like 2021. I bought 2 shirts, and like I forgot I ordered them. They came in January. They just showed up, and I forgot I even ordered them. It took so long for them to come. Ice E said the merch is trash. They used to have some nice stuff. I don't get the merch either if I don't get the shoe. Yeah, if I don't get the shoe, I'm not buying the merch. But if I get the shoe, I'll buy merch. But I'm not gonna buy merch for a release I don't got. Maybe the people that they are backdooring to are upset that there are too many pairs and not paying the markup. No Hype 85 said it just means Nike's keeping tabs and is tired of the BS, so they're gonna load them on the sneakers app and Travis site. That's just my thoughts, anyways. I mean, yeah, that kind of makes sense because these Velvet Browns been out there. They've been out there. Been out there. They want more pairs so people quit talking about the site, bro. Yeah. I think Travis is flooding the market to the point he's losing hype now. Well, I mean, that's a good point. I mean, I don't even know if he's flooding the market, but that's an interesting point. Like, how much longer does the Travis hype train have? You know, I mean, we see hype things kind of come and go all the time. You know, Yeezys used to be really popular. A lot of things used to be popular, and then it's not. You know what I mean? But then things come back around. But how much more? How much longer do you think this will last? A year, 2 years, 3 years? Who knows? I know we do love that reverse swoosh though. People say whatever they want, but that reverse swoosh, dude, like people love it. Yayo Sosa, member for 15 months. He said 15 months, almost 2 years. Keep up the good work, brother. Supreme Grinch, Supersonic SB, Jordan 1, Mocha High, and Brown Jumpman Jax. Talk him down to 315. He wanted 375. Shipped for 340. There you go, bro. Hey, I'm glad you got him, man. I'm glad you got those. That's dope. Spartan Kicks Dino Stack said, "Yo, bro, you're right though. That's all it was about fake hype. Now true colors shown. They really just need to keep the same energy. These companies know what they're doing, and that's us. I hit 3 9C Travis Scott back to back. Like, yeah, yeah." Shout out to Spartan Kicks. I think what he's asking is can't you really trust the sneakers fake or not if you're not buying them directly from Nike or retail stores? I mean, I feel like I would be able to tell. Like if I got a fake shoe, I think I would be able to tell. Cuz when I get shoes, I'm not saying I'm an expert or anything like that, and I'm not saying that I couldn't be fooled, like I'm a human being, right? Like, but like I have seen enough shoes from Nike to where I feel like I would be able to tell. Maybe I couldn't. I don't know, but I don't think I've ever gotten a fake sneaker from buying on the secondary market. But most people don't. Most people, and we're not most people, guys. Like but most people that buy a shoe off StockX, a lot of times it's like parents and just casual sneaker people. Like at my work, people that know who I am, that I'm into sneakers, like they'll come in and be like, my son wants this Jordan 4, whatever. And like, where should I buy it from? And then I'm like, well, I recommend this place and that place, and and then they end up buying it for the kid. But the thing is like that parent, they're not gonna, when that sneaker comes in, they're not gonna like inspect it and do all this stuff in order to run it through all these sites and stuff to see if the sneaker is real or not. They're just gonna they're gonna look at it, and then they're gonna give it to their kid. You know what I mean? And people like us, we're gonna inspect our shoes. Like we're gonna look at the box, we're gonna look at the paper, we're gonna watch YouTube videos, we're gonna you know what I'm saying? Like we're gonna do research. We're gonna go into, you know, some kind of investigational mode in order to see if our sneaker is real or not. But most people don't do that. You know what I mean? Um, I don't know where I'm going with that, but mm, Alex said had the Gammas in 2013 December-ish with the basketball shorts and shirt. Jordan Brand needs to bring that back. Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. Hey guys, make sure you hit that like button if you haven't already. I don't know where we're at on likes, but if you haven't already, man, I appreciate it if you could do that for me. Thank you. All right. And one other thing I wanted to touch upon definitely is all right. So so this morning the white Air Force One Kobe dropped. What? How many pairs were there? I think there was like 30,000 pairs or something like that. Not a lot. The black pair is even more limited. I think 10,000 or under is the stock for these. And according to Nikki B, he says that these are actually going to be dropping on Sneakers app before Christmas, sometime before Christmas, and more than likely, nothing's confirmed, but more than likely, it's going to be like a surprise drop, like a shock drop, or a scratch and sniff, or whatever Nike Sneakers app wants to do. It's not going to supposedly not going to be just like a regular sneakers app release at 10 a.m. like everything else is. So yeah, like eight. Yeah, Yayo just say 8,000. So yeah, it's really really low for this one. So, but these are expected to drop on the Nike Sneakers app here over the next and sometime within the next couple of weeks. So stay tuned for further information on that. But I believe this one, in my opinion, is the better out of the two. And if I'm not the biggest Air Force One guy, but whenever I do buy them, I normally get the white one. But this black and yellow right here and the purple, this one right here to me is the better out of the two. So I'm gonna definitely be trying to get these whenever they come, whenever they drop. Those white ones, I don't even think they're going for much, like out on the resale market. So if you missed out on them, you probably can get these pretty cheap. Last time I looked, they were $200 or something, and that was before the release date. So we could take a look at it on Goat if you want. Yeah, I mean these ain't bad either. Yeah, 187 in my size. They look to be about $200 across all sizes. So you get to like 12 and a half, and then it's a little bit higher, 230, 220 for like those bigger sizes. So, nothing crazy or anything like that for these. These are clean though. These are clean. Did anybody? I saw a couple people said that they hit on these. Like anybody else? The black Kobe's are all numbered up to 8K. That's dope. That's dope. Emery Black said, I really want these. Stores in LA dropped them today. Yeah. What else we got coming up, man? Anything else? December's not really that great for like Jordan releases, which is fine because it's Christmas. Like I'm not complaining. These metallic silvers, does that come out? Is that tomorrow? Yeah, these come out tomorrow. Nobody's gonna buy these. These will sit. Especially with the metallic reimagines coming. These are dropping on Tuesday. This is dope though. I do like this shoe. Yeah. The Soulflies came out today, right? Or yesterday. After that, we got the Blueberry 12s. These look cool. I don't know if I'm going to buy them or not, though, but these look cool. And then we got the Travis. You guys feeling these, man? How you guys feel about these? At first, I'll be honest, I didn't really like them too much, but like the more I look at them, like I actually like them. I don't know. Maybe it's like it's the laces. Depends on what laces you put in them. But they have like this camouflage kind of look to them on like the Nike Air and like the midsole. It's like an olive kind of feel to it. And then this sometimes like the swoosh, sometimes it looks black and sometimes it looks blue depending on the lighting. But the more I see them, man, like it depends on what laces that like I see them in. But like the more I look at them, like these actually pretty nice. I'm gonna go for these, man. Like I don't know if I'm gonna get them or not, but even if I didn't like them, I would have to go for them just to see if could go 5 for 5 on Travis's this year. But no, these are dope. These are dope. That's like the last kind of most hype release for the year is these. Yeah. But supposedly these are going to be tougher to get. These are starting with this release, going to be tougher to get. So we'll see, guys. We'll see. Best, I think with these, obviously, it don't matter like where they're going to be dropping it at. Um, the best place that you guys are going to have a chance to cop, or we have a chance to cop, is going to be the sneakers app. So whether Travis gets more pairs or not, this is another Travis fragment low dropping in the fall of 2025. I like this one too. There's just so much coming out next year, man. Where are we at? I tried to get the Kobe white pair, but got the L, but the black pair is way better. I agree. I think it is too. Yayo said I will go for you. Hey man, I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate that. I walked into my Foot Locker and copped a pair. What do you think about the stash releases? I personally don't like them. I'm talking about what they do on the sneakers app, the stash. I personally don't like. I just rather them do a shock drop and give us something that way. I know a lot of people that hit the white pair and then cancel them. Yeah, I never understood why people do that, man. It's like they just do it to see if they get the W. They don't even want the shoe. But you take away from somebody that like actually does want the shoe. I need that Kobe 9 high Christmas pair. Yeah, those are coming soon too. Yeah. Celebrity. What up, crew? Happy Friday, dog. Hey, man, appreciate you for stopping through, my guy. If you don't already know or follow him, definitely go sub up to my boy, the HHSB crew. My man's live damn near every single day. Definitely go check him out. Plus, he also does. He talks about other things other than sneakers now. Like he's kind of pivoted. He still does the sneaker talk and everything, but he like reviews music and all that type of stuff too. Which salute to you, man, for the success, man, and branching out, man. I respect that, and thank you for being here, man. Love you as always, my guy. So that's basically the next 4 releases for Jordan Brand right there for the rest of the month, and then we got a Kobe release. I want to say that there's gonna be crew would know actually probably better than me. Ain't they dropping that the Wizard of Oz dunks this month too? Those are fire. Yeah, let's look at those for a second. Yeah. Yo, I'm not the biggest dunk guy, but these are fire. It's probably gonna be really stupid, limited, hard to get. Crew, you know when these are dropping, bro? I think the 19th or the 23rd. Cool. These are dope. Let's see what they say. Sneaker Bar Detroit said December 5th, which we know that that's not the case because that was yesterday. 135 for those too. That's not bad. You guys going for these when they drop? I'll probably get these in my girl size and give them to her. She really likes Wizard of Oz. Yeah, I think they're a nice shoe. Um, not really like I'm not the biggest like SB guy. I have some and I like them a lot. I like the materials on them. It's like, but like you gotta understand like the SBs when they release a sneaker that looks like this, you normally gotta buy it. Because if you look at some of the other ones, man, like they're like I said, I'm not an expert on the SBs, but like when they drop one that looks like this, normally it's definitely worth picking up. I just wish they gave us better Wizard of Oz iconic scene. Yeah. Or if they had like multiple ones, like that Wicked thing is blowing up right now. I was I was painting. Me and my girl were painting a room the other day. Um, I'm building a studio in there, but so she was playing the audio book for Wicked. And dude, if that and that's like what they made the movie about was the book. Like, it's like fan fiction. I don't know if you guys. I didn't see the movie or anything, but we were listening to the audio book, and that is lit. Basically, I'm not gonna spoil it for you guys, but like the witch actually isn't the villain, and a whole bunch of crazy stuff happened to her. But like I don't know. That book is lit. That was lit. Cut. It's a cutaway too. Dope. Yayo said it's a must. Meg likes the Wizards. Yellow Brick Road or something. Wife, you gonna go see it on Sunday? Yeah. You going with her, bro? But yeah, guys, I think I'm gonna start shutting it down, man. I'm exhausted, and I hate musicals, but I might. Yeah, if it was just a regular movie, I probably would be more inclined to see it. But then, I had a couple friends tell me that not only is the movie 2 hours and 40 minutes long, but then there's no ending because there's a second part coming next year. So I don't know if I could fast forward all the songs. Um, yeah, I don't mind a song or two here or there, but like a whole musical, like I don't know if I could do it. But maybe it's incredible. I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna say it sucks or nothing until I see it, but I'll probably wait till I could like watch it at home. So like if I'm not feeling the song, I can skip. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna start shutting it down for tonight. And thank you all for stopping through tonight, man. I'm gonna be having some content drop next week for you guys. I put out a lot of videos this week. I think I put out 5 videos or something like that. Definitely go check out those videos. And I got some stuff coming very, very soon for you guys for next week as well. So make sure you guys stay tapped in. If you're new, make sure you guys sub up. I'm trying to get to 18K by the end of the month so I can run that giveaway for you guys. So like I said, 60% of people who are watching have not subscribed to the channel. So we could bump those numbers up and get to 18K like that, man. If y'all just, support me a little bit. So I appreciate everything. You guys have a nice safe weekend and I'll see you all next Friday. Next Friday I'll probably do the members only stream after the normal live too for those of you guys that do that. So I'll see y'all soon, man. Love y'all. Have a good weekend. Peace.